Why do I keep doing this to myself? I could have went to the gym, but I didn't. I had food here. I could have cooked something healthy, but I didn't. I could have worked on my YouTube channel, but I didn't. Why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep... For some reason, friends, we have a tendency to sabotage ourselves. And we do this even when things are going well. But when we find ourselves in a bit of a rut, in a bit of a negative time, it feels like we keep making bad decisions after bad decisions. And stopping, let alone improving, just feels impossible. Over the last few weeks, we've been talking about why we find ourselves in these ruts, the mindset that we should adapt to get ourselves out of it, 3 healthy mental habits that we should use to get our mind back on our side. And today, I'm going to share with you my system that I use to get my shit together in 7 days to go from being depressed to being unstoppable. So if that sounds good, let's get it. Good dopamine comes from the habits that serve the progress and development of your character. Bad dopamine comes from the habits that serve the destruction of your character. You can either be the hero of your life or the villain. The choice is yours. I started this video with the choices you didn't make. Because the reality is, friends, the harsh truth is, you are the one making these decisions. No one else is. And I am speaking to myself here as much as I am speaking to you. You know what you need to do. You know that when you're in this negative space, doing the thing that requires some effort is always going to make you feel better. But you don't do it. Instead, when you're feeling down, you seek pleasure. Full knowing that it's only going to make you feel worse in the long run because you know it's empty. Joey from Better Ideas has made a brilliant video about how to destroy your life. And one of the top comments really summarizes what we're talking about here very well. Isn't it weird that it's easier to make your life worse than it is to improve it? When you really understand entropy, you begin to realize just how true this statement is. Because it is easier for us to feel bad and to make ourselves feel worse than to make ourselves feel good and to keep feeling good. Because everything in life worth doing, everything in life that actually sustains us requires effort. Pleasure is not happiness. Happiness requires some sacrifice. Pleasure doesn't. Entropy is like gravity. It's there. It's a constant force bringing everything to the ground. And if you stop putting effort into the things that maintain your life, for a night, you'll be fine. For a couple days, you'll be fine, for the most part. But for a week, months, you will surely notice your decline. Before you know it, you'll be feeling apathetic, depressed, like you're wasting your life. And Jordan Peterson really recommends asking yourself this question: what am I doing that I know I should be doing better, that I could be doing better? And the answer will come to you. But here are some of the prompts that is going to make the biggest difference. Has your diet been slipping? Have you stopped exercising as regularly? Are you sleeping less? Has your screen time increased? You already know what you need to do. But in case you need a reminder, you need to do the hard things. You need to do the things that you do not have energy for. You need to trade short-term pain for long-term growth. The magic you are looking for will be found in the work you're avoiding. How do you improve the decisions that you make? By developing better systems. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Goals are good for setting a direction, but systems are good for making progress. You need 4 habits. 1 that builds your mind, 1 that builds your body, 1 that builds your business, and 1 that builds your relationships. Think about your current lifestyle. Do you have habits that target each of these areas of life? For example, for my mind, I read books and I listen to podcasts, and I turn that information into my own writing, and that helps me keep my mind from becoming mentally overweight. For my body, I train hard and regularly in the gym. For my business, I run this YouTube channel which has massive profit potential. Now, a quick side note, I don't think you actually need to have a business. I am a big fan of 9-to-5 jobs or whatever job that you do have. But you should have something that is going to increase your level of income throughout the years. And the job that you hate does not count. And for my relationships, I call my family and friends regularly, and I also go out for dinner and drinks occasionally. It is no surprise that my worst days are the days where I don't do this, and my best days are the days when I do. Habits are great, but if you really want to make these things automatic, what you need is a routine. You need a routine in the morning, you need a routine through the day, and you need a routine at night. Right now, my routine looks like writing first thing in the morning. Then I have my 9-to-5 job. I go to the gym in the evenings, and then I spend the nights either video editing, researching, or being social. No one can do this for you. You need to create your own habits that align to your own goals and values. And this will require some experimentation. So somewhere on the screen here, there'll be a there'll be a link to the video that I made a few weeks back that I think will help you out. Let's actually put this into a plan for the next 7 days, shall we? Step 1, do a self-audit. When you answer the question, what could I be doing better that I know I should be doing better? What was that one thing? The one thing that instantly came to mind, because that is the thing that you need to address. Was it I've been watching way too much porn? Or maybe I've been eating way too much junk food, or I haven't been exercising enough, or I haven't been going to sleep on time. For me, when I did this a couple months ago, I noticed my screen time was getting very high. It was increasing by a lot because I was so fed up with how I was feeling that I wanted to escape, and my phone was my outlet for that. I also noticed that I was distracting myself with just stupid shit, guys, and that prevented me from going to bed at a reasonable hour, and it just threw off my morning. It needed to stop. I needed to fix that. Step 2, create projects and focused habits. You need projects to make the new routines that you're going to make meaningful. Passion gives you direction, and perseverance are the systems to help get you there. I think there are 3 categories of people. Category 1 are the people who have projects, they know what they want to work on, they are working on them, but the passion has disappeared a little bit. Category 2 are the people who know what they want to do, they know what project they want to work on, but they haven't started yet. And category 3 are the people who don't know what project they want to work on. Category 1 is me. And if this is you, you need to aim at the specific problem that you're having. For me, it is YouTube growth. I decided to buy a course from Dan Coe on writing, and I've been practicing for a couple months, or a few months actually, on how to write using his system. And just like that, a new focus goal was created. If you're in category 2, unfortunately guys, there's no trick. You just need to start. So this is your sign to start the thing you've been putting off. If you're in category 3, the best advice I can give you is do something. Just start somewhere, do something. Because that something is going to give you feedback about what you like and what you don't like. This is the process of experimentation. And if you do this for long enough, eventually something is just going to click and you know exactly what you need to do. When I first made the decision that I want to improve my life, the very first project I created was going to the gym. But it didn't start off as a project. It started off as an activity that I wanted to experiment with because I wanted to improve my body and be stronger. And then eventually, after months of hard work and dedication, I gradually became obsessed. And it's been the project that has just stuck with me for the last 7 years. Once you decided on what you're going to do, it's time to create your routines. So pick a habit that you're going to do in the morning. That's your morning routine. Pick a habit that you're going to do in the evenings. That's your daily routine, because you probably can't do much during the daytime because of work. And then pick a habit that you're going to do at nighttime, and that is going to be your nightly routine. For me, it's writing in the morning, gym in the evenings, and gratitude and journaling at night. Step 3, risk prevention. Destroying old bad habits with new and better ones is not easy. It's actually really hard, because you are literally trying to change the neural wiring in your brain after months or years of repeated practice. So you need to look for the cues for your habits. They are normally something internal, like a feeling or an emotion, or they could be external, like a particular environment or the time of day. Once you really understand this, you can start implementing tools and strategies that's going to help you to stop making bad decisions and doing stupid shit. Think about it in 2 different ways. First, you have prevention, and second, you have protection. So in case you want to reduce your screen time like I did, a method of prevention is developing good energy management practices, because we generally only mindlessly scroll on our phones when we're tired. So if we don't get as tired and we understand how to get our energy back in productive and efficient ways, then we're less likely to doom scroll on our phones. And you can watch this video here to help you with that one. Now, let's say you want some added protection. Now, in that case, you should be thinking about downloading and installing blockers and timers that are going to prevent you from accessing that app or website when you don't want to. Now, for me personally, I really try not to do this, because I want to practice making the intentional decision about what I'm going to do rather than being restrictive of myself. But you need to do whatever works for you. Do this activity, try to predict what challenges you're going to face, because that is drastically going to lower the amount of willpower that you're going to need to have during the next 7 days. You need a plan for the week. It doesn't need to be detailed, but you need to write it down. Putting it to paper or typing it out makes it more real. If it's just in your head, you're less likely to do it. I have monthly, weekly, and daily plans in Notion, but you should do what makes the most sense for you. And to be fair, I really should be a lot better at completing these each night. However, at a bare minimum, you should write down what habits you're going to do and when you're going to do them. For example, between Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., I'm going to write. Between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m., I'm going to be at the gym. Between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m., I'm going to practice journaling and gratitude. For the weekends, use this as an opportunity to design your ideal day, but make sure that the morning and night routines remain the same. And if you need some help developing your ideal day, this video should actually help you out. Step 5, start now. A trait successful people have: they reduce the time from idea to execution. As soon as you have the plan, start. If you don't do this, nothing else matters. You need to make the commitment to yourself. You need to hold yourself accountable, and you need to be strict with yourself. Execute on the plan to the absolute T, at least for the next 7 days. Step 6, appreciate the small wins. This is honestly something I could be much better at. I'm so focused on the bigger goal that I rarely take the time to really appreciate the small steps along the way. But when I really think about it, I realize that it's these small steps that matter the most. It's these small steps that build positive momentum in your life. The more you win, the more you are likely to win. Each day you do the morning routine, the evening routine, and the nightly routine. That's a win. It might feel small depending on where you're at, but it's still a win. And you should appreciate and give yourself recognition for that win. Step 7, reflect. By now, you've gotten to the end of the 7 days. So take some time to really acknowledge just how much better you're feeling. When I got to the end of my 7 days, I felt energized, motivated, and optimistic about the future. The complete opposite of what I felt 7 days before. You might think the purpose of the last 7 days was to do the habits. It's not. The purpose of the last 7 days was to show yourself that you can do these habits. You did something that so few people actually do. You looked critically at where you're at and identified what you should be doing better. You created a plan. You executed on the plan and you influence your outcomes. You don't need any more proof or any more evidence to show that you can actually make a difference in your life. This is just what I think. But ultimately, what I think doesn't matter. So go on, prove it to yourself, and watch your life improve. That, my friends, conclude How to Get Out of the Rut series. I hope you found it useful. If you haven't seen the last videos, go watch them to deepen your understanding. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you.